Y'all, this story is wild. So buckle up because R&B singer Al B sure just made a big announcement. He's getting ready to tell it all in court, and the person he's speaking out against, none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Now, let's start from the beginning. Al B Shaw recently said that he's been subpoenaed to testify in Diddy's upcoming trial. That means the court is officially calling him to show up and speak. And guess what? Al says he's not scared to talk. In fact, he's ready. He made it clear that when the time comes, he's going to say everything he knows, no holding back. But here's the thing, Al has actually been speaking out for years. He says he's been trying to warn people about Diddy for a long time, but no one took him seriously. A while back, he even said the only reason he stayed safe was because of his ex, Kim Porter. You remember Kim, Diddy's former partner and the mother of 3 of his kids, including Quincy, who she had with Al. Kim allegedly warned Al to watch his back, and now he's saying she knew things about Diddy that made her scared for her life. And now that Kim is gone, Al wants the world to know the truth. Let's talk about Kim and Al's relationship for a sec. Before Kim ever dated Diddy, she was with Al B. Sure, they had Quincy together, and get this, Al said they were actually married, but they kept it secret. In an interview with Fox Soul, Al called her his ex-wife. He said he never cared about being famous, but when he posts tributes to Kim, he does it because she mattered to him. Even after they broke up, they stayed close. Al says they were still like family. He was around her and the kids. And according to Al, Kim was in perfect health right before she passed away. They had just gone to celebrate their son Quincy's Christmas special on Netflix. Al even said Diddy was there too, laughing and hugging him, while Kim was in the back playfully telling them to chill. So when Kim died suddenly from what was said to be pneumonia, Al didn't buy it. He said it flat out. He doesn't believe it. He said Kim was not sick. She looked great, felt fine, and was enjoying time with her family. That's why he thinks something else happened, something darker, and he's been saying this since the beginning. Back then, Al posted online about Kim's passing, but people said he was crazy. They told him he needed help and that he was making stuff up. But Al says he was just telling the truth that no one wanted to hear. When a book came out with Kim's alleged diary entries talking about Diddy's twisted secrets, Al jumped on Instagram like, "See, I've been saying this since 2009, but things get even deeper." In March 2024, Al said he thinks Diddy had something to do with his health crisis too. Al was in a coma in 2022, and he believes that wasn't just a random illness. He thinks it was planned. He even said that he's working on a documentary that will explain everything, and that it's going to shock the world. And y'all, that's not all. Al says he's writing a memoir, a tell-all book called Do You Believe Me Now?, where he's going to break down everything he's been through. He says this isn't about clout or fame. He says he just wants to live in his truth and finally be heard. And let me tell you, some of the stuff he's hinting at is major. He claims that when he first tried to speak out, even the law enforcement people treated him like he was crazy. He says they were mocking him for mentioning sex trafficking and other serious things, almost like they were protecting the very person he was trying to warn people about. But guess what? That hasn't stopped him. Al B sure is not backing down. He says he's ready to take the stand and speak under oath. He's not doing it for likes, not for money. He's doing it because he wants people to know what really happened. Now let's keep going because things are getting even messier. So remember how Al B sure said he was going to speak his truth? Well, it turns out he's not just talking about it. He's putting it all in a book and a documentary. That's right. Al says he's been working on his life story, and according to him, when the world hears it, folks are going to be left speechless. He didn't hold back. He said people should hold on to their britches because what he reveals about his coma, about Kim's death, and about Diddy is going to be so big that Homeland Security might even need to get involved. Y'all, that's not something people just say for no reason. But wait, Al didn't stop there. He pointed out something that honestly sounds like a straight-up Hollywood thriller. He said that almost everyone who worked with Diddy, especially the people closest to Kim, are now gone, like actually dead. Kim Porter? Gone. Heavy D? Gone. Andre Harrell also gone, and all of them were working on major projects right before they passed. Books, music, inside stories. Al's saying it's too much of a pattern to ignore. Kim was reportedly writing a book. Heavy D and Andre Harrell too. Even Al was working on a documentary before he ended up in a coma. Now he's asking why everyone's projects suddenly stopped after they died. The only two left from that era are Diddy and himself. And let's not forget, Al almost didn't make it either. What makes this more creepy is how each death was explained away with something like a heart attack or pneumonia. But Al says no, he doesn't believe that. He says it's too convenient. He believes there's a bigger cover-up happening, and it's all connected to Diddy. And y'all, Kim's real book was supposed to spill so much more. According to what Al says, Kim planned to expose how she was treated by Diddy behind closed doors. She wanted to tell the world how he allegedly controlled her, manipulated her, and even wired her house to spy on her. The book reportedly was going to talk about how Diddy tried to get full custody of their twins and how Kim told him straight up, "If you try to take my kids, I'll expose everything." The alleged book was also said to include serious details, like how Kim had to use a strap-on to please Diddy, how she cried afterward, how her phone was tapped, and how she was isolated from friends. And if that wasn't shocking enough, she was going to talk about Diddy's secret relationships with other men, including some big-name stars. Even more wild. Al said Kim told him directly not to go certain places and to stay away from Diddy because she knew what he was capable of. She was trying to protect him. And let's not forget what Al said about Kim running from something or someone in the days before she died. He even once told her to call the FBI. Then, out of nowhere, he edited that post and changed the story, saying she was just running a marathon. That switch-up alone made people raise eyebrows. So now Al's out here talking about a bounty being placed on his head, people not believing him, and how law enforcement clowned him instead of listening. And through it all, he's still standing, still talking, and still ready to testify. But baby, the tea is still piping hot. We already know that Al B. Sure has been spilling secrets, but now let's talk about the alleged relationships and twisted drama that had everyone talking. In the leaked excerpt from Kim's supposed memoir, there were shocking claims about a bizarre relationship dynamic between Diddy, Kim, and Al himself. According to that book, Kim once walked in on Diddy and Al in a situation so shocking she had to leave the house entirely. The scene described was weird and awkward. Diddy allegedly told Al something like, "We've all been together sexually, but not together." Kim was said to be stunned and confused, and when she asked for clarity, things reportedly turned into a full-blown suggestion for a threesome. What made it more disturbing was the way Al allegedly responded, saying it could be kinda hot. Now, before you all start screaming, Al B. Sure has denied all of this. He said the book is fake and promised to sue whoever was behind it. He didn't waste time responding. He was more mad that his name was involved in the drama than about what the book actually accused Diddy of. And that rubbed some people the wrong way. See, some fans are starting to question Al's intentions. They feel like he's making everything about himself, especially after Quincy, Kim and Al's son, spoke up. Quincy said all these conspiracies about his mum's death were painful and stressful for him and his siblings. And while Quincy was trying to grieve, Al was still posting cryptic messages and weird captions online. To make it worse, Al started asking why Quincy still follows Diddy on social media. Like, bruh, let that boy breathe. People thought that was selfish, especially since Quincy had already shared how hard all this has been on him. But even with that backlash, Al hasn't slowed down. He's still coming with more claims, more hints, and more "you'll see soon" energy. And just when you think you've heard it all, the darkest part is still lurking beneath the surface. Because if what Al says is true, if Diddy really did have a hand in Kim's death, then what else is being covered up? Stay glued, like, share, and subscribe. Because what comes next might shake the entire industry.